General Asim Munir's breakfast meeting in America, it just seemed at that time that, diplomatic success for Pakistan, that, he's getting called there, he's meeting with Trump. But post that breakfast meeting, there seems to be that belligerence that Pakistan had, that seems to have lessened. Asim Munir is not talking anymore. In fact, the talk of, or release Imran Khan has become louder. So, what do you think happened? Did that meeting go wrong with Trump and Asim Munir? Do you see some kind of talk down that happened to Pakistan?
Look, I'm not sure what happened, and really, I don't care. I think Pakistan is a vassal state for the Americans from the past. America may still want to continue to have some control over them for their own future, and I think that relationship is one of subservience. As long as the Pakistanis are able to convey to the Americans that they are serving their interests, Americans continue to be fooled into believing them, right? So, the Pakistanis play the game and the Americans continue to be played. And I think that relationship is a perverse relationship. It's a toxic relationship. It's a geopolitical marriage where, clearly there is only one victim. Now, I don't want to comment on that relationship. I think it probably in some ways serves some purpose for the deep state in the United States of America, and nothing more, nothing less.
How do we deal with it?
We don't have to deal with it. Let me just tell you that the most significant American president in terms of the India-US relationship was George Bush in 2003, 4, 5, when he was working hard and giving us an exception and undoing the nuclear apartheid and mainstreaming our relationship. He was also the biggest supporter of General Musharraf and his role and
hundreds of millions of dollars.
So please understand that I don't think we have to be getting into that futile conversation.
We don't need to play a favorite child.
We don't have to. I don't think we are anyone's child. So we should get out of that mindset that we have to have this singular spot in someone's life. That's not going to happen because we have never given that spot to anyone in our lives. We just spoke about our non-alignment and multi-alignment and strategic autonomy. When we don't give anyone that special spot in our lives, we should not expect that from someone else.
So go ahead.
So for me, I think the biggest gains in our bilateral with the US happened at a time when the biggest gains were happening in the US-Pakistan relationship. So the idea that it's a fact.
Yeah.
So
it's very ironical.
So my point is, let us not get distracted by something that doesn't concern us. That is their relationship. That is their marriage. God bless them. May they celebrate the Golden Jubilee and Diamond Jubilee and every other Jubilee. We should look at what is good for us and we should pursue it.
Right.
But still they are neighbors. So let's थोड़ा सा और इसको speculate करते हैं. Do you see Asim Munir now moving from Field Marshal to Executive President of Pakistan?
I mean, are you saying should he assume that title?
Yes.
Because he is the Executive President of Pakistan.
Yes.
Now, should he
just take over?
Should he take that civilian title? Again, to each his own. Again, we should not try to
Do you see it
arrange
happening?
the political arrangements of other countries. But let me put it this way. If you were to be critical of Pakistan, you would say that this is a setback to the democracy. And you could say that Imran Khan is a popular person, etc., etc. And by the way, which is true. But my question to you is that are we looking to create the best political system in Pakistan, or are we trying to create an outcome that will create stability in our relationship and for our growth and our regional and global projects? I think that's the question we must answer. Who is the best actor for India if we are to achieve predictable and sustainable regional security? I think that's the question we need to ask. And is democracy in Pakistan the best place to do that for us? Or do you think someone like an Asim Munir or his successor could be a more viable and vital agent in getting that kind of a deal done? The closest we have come to doing anything with Pakistan was under Musharraf, to answer your question, right? So, I am not arguing for that, don't get me wrong. But I think India should not try to fantasize about creating a Pakistan that resembles itself. that train has left the station. Pakistan decided in 1947 that it did not want to be like us, and they did want it to be different. And we should let that go. They are always going to be different. They have a different trajectory to us, and they have decided to create politics and social arrangements that are different to us. They will arrive at different conclusions, which is going to always be something that will hardly resemble our debates, our political.
Aren't you just giving a dog a bad name? Let me just be
Dog a bad name. Dogs are good, yeah. I don't want to give any dog a bad name. So please don't equate dogs to anyone else. Huh?
Just to be a contrarian, like you've been saying that we've got to deal with China. Regardless, we have a border situation.
So do we wait for democracy in China? My point is that are you saying that I want a democratic upsurge in China and then...
So we don't, right? We deal with China.
You deal with what you're dealt with.
You're dealt with. So we deal with it. You're going to be an aggressor on our boundary, but we will do trade with you. That's the way we are doing with China. Why can't we do something similar with Pakistan? That you are doing terrorism, we'll fight you on terrorism.
Smita, you have been in this, you know...
I know I'm just giving you a contrarian view. It's
नहीं,
not my view.
contrarian view नहीं है. आप भूल गई हैं. हमने
we actually gave them... He gets very angry.
No. I said we have given them MFN, boss.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do trade with us. आप भूल गई हैं.
Correct.
हमने तो actually, you know, हमने तो trade भी try किया.
But बंद कर दिया ना फिर. हाँ.
Boss, we gave them MFN. We were unilaterally pursuing it for a while, right? They never responded. And at some point that had to stop because that gave the wrong signal that somehow we were okay with it, right? Now, that was one part. And it's not equitable. Here you have a national army staking claim to a territory that doesn't belong to them, and us responding to that claim and pushing back is the border with the Chinese. Here you have non-state actors being sent across the border to create create havoc amongst our civil society and economic infrastructure, like Bombay, for example, and we are responding to that. So they are not the same. So the idea that one is a sovereign entanglement, however uncomfortable it is, however negative it is, and however ferociously it must be responded to, it is still a state dealing with a state. Here we were dealing with proxies of a state, and the state was trying to pretend that it was somehow the victim and the aggrieved party in that engagement. And that has been called out with Pakistan. And that is not going to be funded because the surpluses Pakistan creates, it uses to deploy these non-state actors to attack us. Right? That is the logic of the difference in relationship. So I think they are not the same. Here we are dealing with those in uniform. Here we are dealing with the uniform who are sending their proxies to fight with us. I think there's a big difference.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.